Driving, an activity that millions of people do on a daily basis. This activity also comes with a risk. This could be as a result of different road conditions. In the quest to find out how commuters feel driving on some of these roads with peculiar conditions, like the Jahiba Gimo Junction in Abuja, Newsreader TV spoke to some persons.
We are here at the Jahiba Gimo Junction. This particular junction is linked to different routes into the FCT. Talk about Katampe Extension, Kubwa Gwarimpa Express, the Jahi Gilmore, and then Life Camp. This road, a lot of people has experienced accidents on this road. The question is, what are road users doing in order to help curtail the level of accidents being experienced on this road? We spoke to some commuters and they have this to say.
It has been long. I've been driving on this road for more than 7 good years. And if I could remember, this is the only road that I had accident myself with including my wife also. So unfortunately then as we got the accident, we couldn't sustain any injury, got so kind. So, and more especially on this side, see the dangerous of this side now. This road now, 2 lanes are on this road, the middle one is supposed to be normal full lane. This one is too small. They have to widen it, open. Then the other one should follow that side while the road has to be intact.
My name is Abdul Gafar. So normally we are here in Gugumo Junction, and this road is good and it's okay. But sometimes we need the traffic officer to be passing here because the traffic is always happen sometimes here. And at the same time, so if the motor want to cross, it can cause so many issues sometimes. So we need a regular, stable the traffic officer to be stand here always. So we here to direct motor from one or two things, you understand? So that's what I want to say about this.
This very road which I do experience many things occurred in this very aspect of this very road every day, daily, day in, out. Especially this road. Anybody coming from this, interceding on this very road, you have to wait at this junction because the people coming from the other lane, they are very faster. Joining the Gwarimpa road to connect to Ahmad Bello Way or connect to the main road that is going to Aso Barak, they are very, very fast. They are not coming on the slow, they are coming on speed. You coming from this intersection, you need to hold on and wait and observe. And observe the owner of the road. As a road user, you need to, when you come to a junction, you are approaching a junction, you need to stop and observe what is happening. Give a distance so that you can able to maneuver. If there is anything happen, then you know how to maneuver. But many people are not patient in their driving. And most of them, I don't blame them because there are many things that occur in their brain before moving on the highway. So they may use the emotional or pressing need that they have to apply on the way. And if something like that occurs, they will have to be blamed, and their family also have to be blamed. So in anything we are doing in life, we need to be patient. Need to be patient, observe the road user before you come into the road.
Mostly I work with this construction company, Glimmer Engineering. This road is very dangerous. In the night, because we are security, accidents used to happen here all the night sometimes. Sometimes we stay in the yard, we hear brake, when we come out, we see some car inside the hole there. Some days, trailer. There's one day there. We are the one who use knife, cut the bed of the distance before we can remove the victim out. Accident always happen for this mostly this junction, mostly. About 2 years ago, this express rider, he want to turn here like this. Another tipper again, it is killing him final.
For the road users, this marking is very, very necessary to show where that even when somebody is coming and meant to mark it where that anybody can see it, whether in the night or anytime. Because when you look at it well, you will see that the marking doesn't show where, and some people are not normally maintain here or where. Maybe if someone wants to enter by the left, the mark is supposed to show where. So the other one will maintain his own way and move on. But when you look at this way now, actually accident normally happen here. Do you understand me now? So I mean, another thing again that we need something like bombs, speed bumps. So when you have speed bump and give the sign of the speed bump, so even when vehicles are coming, they have to stop. Do you understand me? And give the mark, stopping mark there. So show that when someone is coming, you know where to stop because here is always busy. It's a busy area. So when you put speed bumps, the person when the person is coming, the person will know that there's speed bump here and also slow down before crossing. So that's the issue of this side also. And the way you look at this way also, you will see there's the marking also all of those things have already failed. So they have to do it well again, so people can be able to know where they are going.
We also spoke with the Federal Capital Territory FCT Sector Commander, Corps Commander Chori Mukhtar of the Federal Road Safety Corps, who explained some of the reasons behind accidents.
And so that means that if you have the road and you are moving things, it means you need drivers. And so we have people driving, both private cars and commercial vehicles and so on. And coupled with the fact that the infrastructure we have may not be able to accommodate fully the number of vehicles that we have, and is still growing every day. And so that calls for extra caution and care for Nigerians who are driving through all of these roads. You know, we have always complained of bad roads, isn't it? And even when we complain of bad roads, because when you know certain portion of the road is bad, when you drive through that road, you have to be extra careful. Sure. Now, that aside. Now, this one now that we have safety components that have been put in the vehicle. And then we're also supposed to use common sense limits, speed limits, in certain locations or areas where we drive through. We find those challenges with a lot of attitude around some Nigerians. When they drive, they release their vehicle, and then is it that they are trying to track the strength of the vehicle, or sometimes too we have attitude of people who just get drunk, especially on Friday evenings, and they drive at top speed, and before you know it, a crash happens and so on. We've also observed issues around the dispatch riders. A lot of them have been knocked, and we've been having running battles with them, especially even though we have called them a number of times, you know, their association and their union leaders, to speak to them of the need to imbibe this discipline. You see them running red lights. You see them driving just like the regular Okada that we used to know way back before they were actually sent out of the city center. That is also becoming a challenge, but we as an agency of enforcement, we are not relenting. People don't understand the use of seatbelts, or even the worst case scenario now lately is the issue of use of phone while driving. A lot of time, distraction is one of the major reasons why some people run into each other, especially with the use of phone while driving. It has been a very serious challenge, and we've been talking about it. There are actually emerging trends, you know, where people now get glued to their gadgets, and they just don't have the discipline of avoiding maybe calls or even text messages. When you hear a text message enter, you want to look at it and say, okay, so what if it's a bad message? You know, that is going to destabilize you, and is not going to be good for you. So that's why we insist that people should try to avoid making or use of their phones while driving. Some people have argued around use of Google Maps. Like I told you, Nigerians will always have 1,000, not only Nigerians, human beings will always want to have 1,001 reasons why they shouldn't obey this rule or shouldn't obey that rule. But generally, for every rule, you have to weigh it to see the percentage of the advantage it has. When the advantage is more, then, of course, it should be enforced. So that's the way it is with these facilities. Google Maps, we are not saying people should not use them. What we're saying is that when you engage, maybe, for instance, your telephone or your smartphone, and it talks back to you. So there's no need for you to hold it and begin to fiddle with it. That's where the distraction comes.
On the issue of removing of manhole on the roads and poor road markings, some residents of FCT aired their view.
Sometimes last year, I could remember driving on this road. It was at night. You know, I had a noise in my car. I said, okay, let me pull over just at this point. And my tire got busted. I didn't know there was a manhole here and it was widely open. You know, that night was a very terrible night for me that I actually really don't always want to remember. This manhole can cause accidents. I think that day I was unable to maneuver, like, you know, hold my steering very well. I don't know what will have happened. Then again, you can see removing this manhole can cause, you can see also as they removed this manhole now, dirt already falling inside. It could cause, you know, blockage of drainage, and it can be flooded. So it can cause accidents and it can cause flood erosion.
From here to down to Mike Ayigbe way, this is Barasokoto way, am I right? To the Mike Ayigbe way, there's no manhole. Everywhere is open. So I don't know, because I would say it's a Babombola outside boys that always pull it off. I don't know what they use, but if they can mount security or put something that even if you look at it in the night, there's no street light here. So even as long as there's no street light, they can remove it anytime they wish. But when they put security street light, it can remove it when you're one or two people normally pass here. So when somebody saw, maybe the person will alert people. Do you understand me? So but now no street lights. So all those things are already removed from here. From this Palace Sokoto way to the other side, the other Mike Ayigbe way, they have removed all. So, and those things can cause accidents. Because I could remember last year, many vehicles has issues because of the manhole. So when you look at when you go back, you will see that all those things they have already removed it. And then when government fix it again, they will still come back and remove them because there's no proper security or there's no light, street light. So if there's street light, I think the thing will be reduced.
Corps Commander Mukhtar, however, advised motorists on how best to use the roads.
There are a lot of roads that have been built, and you can see the newly constructed ones, they are properly marked. You see, so the older ones, of course, you see that some of the markings are fading and so on. So that calls for us to be more careful. When you drive through roads that are not marked, common sense should tell you that, okay, these roads, they are imaginary lanes they are supposed to actually observe, you know, so that you can avoid running into each other. Even on the marked roads, we've seen people have crashes because there's what they call lane indiscipline. Some people just, you know, can't just obey the rules. You know, you find them weaving through traffic and so on and so forth. So ditto with those ones that you are talking about, where the rules are, where the road markings are getting faded and so on. And I'm sure, having mentioned this, I'm sure the Honorable Minister will take this also very seriously because, like I told you earlier, the new roads that have been constructed, he has ensured that they are constructed to standard, and that includes road markings with new ones. So I'm sure if his attention goes to those areas, I'm sure he will deal with them decisively. But why that we're awaiting those responses or those actions, I want to use this media to appeal to Nigerians to please, when you get to roads where the markings are beginning to be faded, that's the more reason why you needed to be more careful. You needed to go at common sense speed limits. You needed to obey your lane as much as possible, and then ensure that we don't get ourselves distracted.
He also noted that several arrests has been made concerning those vandalizing the roads.
Manhole covers, some streetlight installations, and maybe some other installations, you know, that they were able to retrieve some of them. And that was done by a joint task force. And that joint task force, FRSC was fully represented on that task force. So that means we are collectively doing something, isn't it? Well, you talked about the fact that if those manhole covers are removed, it poses a lot of danger, you know, for the motorist or for the driver, because some vehicles come with smaller rims, and so they fit into those manholes, and they have jagged ends. So if you come on a speed unsuspecting, the chances are that you may fall into it, and that's going to cause a crash. But for the bigger ones with the bigger rims, of course, they will even pass without even noticing that there was anything. And so, we will continue to support the police and the civil defense and those whose key mandate is to protect these facilities, give them all of the support that they needed to be given, so that together we succeed in this, because it's not a one-man fight. And so we are fully part of the exercise that is ongoing in Joint Task Force. And let me also appreciate the FCT Commissioner of Police for spearheading it, because he's the head of the internal security architecture in the FCT. And so we give him all of the support we needed to give him at our own various levels, to ensure that we have a good driving environment in the FCT. When you see people vandalizing a facility, don't say, well, it doesn't concern me. It concerns all of us. What goes around comes around. So we use this media to also appeal to people to report to the appropriate authorities when you see any such thing happening, on our streets.
It is safe to say that understanding the dangers on the roads could help road users make safety top priority and hopefully lessen the likelihood of a serious car accident taking place. Shuli Daniels, News Radar TV, Abuja.